I already know what time it is. Say, check me out, man, before I start my video, man. Y'all already know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe, share, comment if you got something to say. You know what I'm saying? All good vibes over here. All good vibes over here. So check me out. Since I started doing this YouTube, right, I haven't been as consistent as I want to be. Now, it's a lot of stuff that I got to hurdle just to do my videos. See, when I first started doing my videos, I had a lot of free time on my hands because of the situation I was in. The situation I put myself in, basically. And it really opened up this door for me to do everything that I'm doing now. Now, that don't mean that the door has been closed, because ain't no doors getting closed on me. But what I'm saying is, this is what I'm doing right now really opened up a whole nother side of me. A side that I didn't know I had until I started doing it. When I was younger, I was real shy. A real shy kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, come from a single parent home, me and my brother, you know, and my mama. Now, like I said, coming up, when I'm around my family and whatever, you know, people I was comfortable with, oh, I'm turning up. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing extra shit, you know, I'm just me. But as far as me being in school, me being around my peers and everything like that, I was a real shy kid. And not only that, I thought I was ugly. You know what I'm saying? Coming up, I thought I was real ugly. Like, and honestly, I don't know why. I don't even know why I put it in my head, because ain't nobody just was running around like, ugh, kid, you ugly. You know, I just would look at myself in the mirror, was like, I'm not attractive. Like, girls weren't attracted to me, you know what I'm saying, at a young age, you know. But people thought I was funny. But all through, well, I mean, you know, in elementary, when you young, you don't really think about that until you probably hit like middle school. Middle school was a big adjustment for me because it was a lot of things going on, right? Like, I didn't have nobody to teach me how to fight, right? But when I got to middle school, it was a whole bunch of bullying going on. You see what I'm saying? A whole bunch of bullying going on, and it kind of like brought it out of me. Like, I had to learn how to fight. I had to stick up for myself. I had to start saying something, or otherwise I would forever get picked on, right? See, my 6th grade year, I never forget, me, my cousin, and our partner was all in the bathroom. Now, my partner was cool with a lot of these dudes who was like street dudes, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, he affiliated himself with the streets. One day we was all in the bathroom, and it was like 3 or 4 dudes came in, right? Now, these the same dudes who had jumped me for my shoes in 7th grade. So they come in the bathroom, and they immediately start punching down on us, right? So they punching down on us and shit, and 2 or 3 of them got me and was finna take me into a stall and fucking dump my head in the toilet, which I only seen that on movies, so that was kind of wild. And the other dudes had my cousin and was trying to do him the same way. Now, Cuzzo was holding on to, Cuzzo was holding on to a sink, and that sink broke. When that sink broke, that's when they had let us go. And don't worry, I'm going to go get a haircut this weekend, you know what I'm saying? I'm a little, So when the sink broke, that's when they let us go. They ran out of whatever. That was only the beginning for me, right? Now, all through middle school, probably like my 6th and 7th grade year, I was still shy. But I started to mess with the females, right? And, you know, that's when, like, the hunching thing was, like, real big. Like, everybody was big into hunching, you know, like, get hard, let it poke out through the pants, and then you hunch on them. I started to do that, but at the same time, like, I just was, like, a real shy kid. Like, I wasn't on that type tip, you know what I'm saying, until I had ended up getting a girlfriend, right? And so that's when a lot of stuff started to change for me when I got a girlfriend. Now, I done had girlfriends in the past, but it's different when you get a girlfriend and both of y'all are at the age where sex is on y'all mind. You see what I'm saying? And sex was on our mind all the time. So I started to let that shy stuff disappear, right? I mean, we would go to the library, do stuff, classrooms, do stuff. And this was the same one who I started to have sex with at school. Now, around about the 8th grade, that's when all the shyness went out the window. Because, like I said, you know, I'm playing sports. People know my name. And the biggest thing that really had made me stop being shy was just the activities I was doing. I didn't know nobody at that age, at 14 years old, who was having sex at school. A lot of people was looking at me like I was iconic because I was having sex at school. And they knew about it, but didn't nobody snitch. Right? Until then, I never banked on myself with nothing I did. I never looked at myself more than nothing, right? And I ain't saying that to be negative. I'm just keeping it a bean. Like, I didn't know my identity. I didn't know what my purpose was. I didn't know how to go get it. And that's a lot of people's problem, right? So, by the time I got to high school, I was in another world. It was like a start over period, so. Because even when I got to high school, people knew me. You know, from sports. It wasn't until I caught my concussions and I started smoking when a lot of stuff really started to take off for me. Because even though I wasn't shot no more, right, I was still low-key about everything I did. You know, I didn't like to be in everybody's face. I didn't like to put all my business out there like that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't the type of dude, oh, hey, my name. I wasn't friendly, like, at all. And that played a big role for me, too, going down the road, right? And when I mean going down the road, I don't mean in prison. I mean, like, going down the road as far as life. See, one thing I'm starting to realize now in life is a lot of people don't bank on themselves. You'll bank on everybody else but yourself. You know what I'm saying? Friends, celebrities, family members, right? You will tell everybody else that they could do it, you got it. But when it comes down to yourself, you ain't even got yourself. You don't even put that same energy into yourself, right? And it took me a long time to understand that, right? A long time. I had to go through a lot of trials and tribulations for me to get to the place that I am now and the places that I will be going. Understand what I just said, because your words are very powerful. It took a lot of trials and tribulations for me to get to the place that I am now and the places that I will be going, right? I'm not sitting up here saying like, oh, like, I don't know if I'm be able to do this. No, I know I am. I know that if I put my mind to it and I speak it into existence, it's gonna happen. I have no doubt in my mind, right? Now it's all about your work ethic, for me anyways, and for you too. So you could be doing something in life, right? Not get the results that you thought you should be getting and quit. But at the end of the day, what is that gonna do, right? Like, honestly, like, if you started something and then you just quit, what is that gonna do? Nothing, right? And that was another big problem that I had. All the way up until I came out here to Dallas, I never was able to finish anything. Ever. Like, I didn't finish high school, right? And I don't blame nobody but myself. Yeah, I had 2 kids by the time I was 18 years old. When I was a senior in high school, I got a job, started working. Well, I needed to start working full time because I didn't want my mama taking care of my kids for me. Which at first she was doing it, but it was already hard for her. You see what I'm saying? Because you gotta understand, like, I'm 18 years old, right? My brother is a year and a half younger than me. So when I'm 18, he's 16 until he turns 17. You see what I'm saying? And then I had 2 kids on top of that. So I had 2 choices. I could either start selling dope or get a full-time job. And so I got a full-time job. But with me having that full-time job, I was hella tired and I wasn't prepared for that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't prepared for my body to feel the way that it felt. And I didn't understand it. So I dropped out of school and I got a full-time job, right? But I didn't finish high school. Anything that I did, I never finished it, right? The only thing from at that point in time that I would finish would be my beats. That was like a love of mine. It still is, making music, right? It goes the same with people in life. If you don't bank on yourself, nobody else will. First of all, nobody even banking on you to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Only people that's probably banking on you is your family. That's it. Other than that, you low-key on your own, right? And being alone, 9 times, those be the best moments right there. That's when you really know who you are as a person. Being alone, right? Facing adversity, right? Trying to build something from scratch and then seeing the results of it, right? But if you don't bank on yourself, how would you ever see that? If you don't bank on yourself and tell yourself, man, I got this, bro. It don't matter what it is. It don't matter what it is, right? I had faced addiction with drugs, right? And I had to bank on myself, right? If I didn't bank on myself, who would have did it for me? If I didn't tell myself I could stop messing with the ice, who was gonna do it for me? Who was gonna make me put the bowl down? Nobody, right? So my time in Louisiana really taught me a lot of things, because I was a little boy out there. When I was in Louisiana, I was a little boy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things I lacked in, and a lot of things I didn't care about. I didn't care to learn how to change a tire. I didn't care to learn how to cook on the grill. I didn't care to learn how to cook, period. I didn't care to learn how to wash clothes. I didn't care to learn how to, you know what I'm saying? Just things that a young man and young women should learn how to do, period. I didn't care to learn how to do none of that because it didn't interest me. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was. Like, my mindset back then was, if I don't care about it, if I don't have interest in it, I'm not finna like put forth effort. And the only thing I put forth effort was into my music. And it showed. It wasn't until I got on the dope that my life changed for better and worse. Because being on the dope opened up my eyes to so many things. It was scary. It was scary to actually see the person that I had became before the dope and after the dope, or while I was on the dope. Because I started to look at it and I was like, damn, I'm not lazy, but I'm complacent, right? I was real complacent with life. I didn't have no hustle in me. I didn't have no drive in me. I didn't have no ambition. I didn't have no want to want more for me and my kids. I was complacent with the job that I had. You know what I'm saying? With the life that I was living. I was complacent with everything that I did. And I didn't understand it until I got a little older. I didn't understand it until I got a little older. Now I have 3 kids. And I'd be damned if they look at me like, well, if dad don't do it, then I'm not going to do it. Right? Well, if pops don't, well, I see how he acts, so why would I? You know what I'm saying? Because your kids, bro, they see everything that you do. And they going to want to do exactly what you do. Facts. So it took a long time for me to really understand that. Once I got on the dope, my eyes opened up wider than ever. I started to see things. I started to hear things. Right? I started to understand. People thought I was crazy for the things that I used to say. But I wasn't crazy. That was just their way of masking me. But if I didn't bank on myself, I wouldn't be here right now, even talking to y'all, trying to give y'all this message. You have to start banking on yourself because nobody else will. Nobody else will. And not only bank on yourself, learn yourself. Learn your strengths and your weaknesses. You know what I'm saying? Learn yourself before you can do anything in life. Because once you learn yourself and your demons come back, right? And the devil try to provoke you, trick you, right? The wrong people get in your life, you gonna know what to do because you learned yourself already. Some of my best moments and times was when I was alone with my kids. When I didn't have nobody to call or talk to. When I was going through deep depression. When I had anxiety built up to the roof and didn't know how to release it. When I thought that drugs was everything for me. Being alone by myself with my prayers, with my thoughts, was some of the best times that I had as far as helping me. Because ain't nobody gonna help you but you. And the moment you start banking on yourself, everything up here is gonna follow through. See, you could be like, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it. You're not banking on yourself. You already lost the fight. The moment you sit up here and tell yourself you can't do something, you defeated yourself without you even knowing it. I defeated myself so many times in life without me even knowing it because I never banked on myself. I'm glad I went through everything I went through in Louisiana. I'm glad I fell off. I'm glad I fell head first. I'm glad that I had got on the dope when I did. It brought me closer to God too. I started to pray more. And I stopped asking for materialistic things. When I started praying, I started asking for 3 things. I started asking for guidance, knowledge, and wisdom. It wasn't until I started doing that and I was very sincere in my heart of what I wanted, things turned around for me. And I started banking on myself. It's like I got rejuvenated. It's like all the thoughts that was in my head about how I'm messed up and how I can't do this and I can't do that and I'm a bad father, all that went out the window. I got closer to my kids again. I started going back around my family. God literally put, and I'm not gonna sit up here and say he did it, like put everything on the man above. But the man above put people in my life, the wrong people in my life, to show me what he needed to show me. That was his way of talking to me. Right? He took all the good people out of my life and put all the bad people in. And the moment he realized, he's learned. He took all the bad people out of my life and put all the good people in. That's powerful. Don't believe me? I'm pretty sure there's people right now going through what I just said. You have to start banking on yourself. Is it hard to bank on yourself? No, it's not. It's a mindset thing. Your mindset has to be stronger than your flesh. Oof. I don't think they heard you, Keith. Your mindset has to be stronger than your flesh. Because your flesh is what consumes this world, not your mindset. Do y'all understand what I just said? Your flesh is what consumes this world, not your mindset. But if you let your flesh control your mindset, you lost. That's why I was so addicted to the drugs. That's why I was addicted to cheating. Because my flesh was stronger than my mindset. And it took a long time for me to actually realize that. I've been in this relationship with my fiance right now going on 5 years. And I never once cheated on her. Every relationship I done been in, I cheated. This is the longest I ever went without cheating on a woman. And this is the happiest I ever been in my life. Things ain't always perfect. But I banked on myself and told myself I'd never go back to what I was. I'd never go back down that road. I had some hiccups. Don't get me wrong. Everybody got hiccups. But I knew what I wanted and what I didn't want. Facts. You have to start banking on yourself, or otherwise you're going to lose this race. And the race that we in right now is only with ourselves. You is not in no competition with nobody. I don't care what they doing. I don't care how famous they is. I don't care how many followers they have. I don't care how many subscribers they have. I don't. That person ain't got nothing to do with you and your mission. And the mission that you have right now is to find yourself, find your purpose, and complete it. That's it. If you can't find yourself, you will never win your race. You will forever be in last place. Is it hard? Yes and no. But it's your mindset that you thinking is hard. Your flesh will kill you. Mine almost did. From the things that I consumed. Right? I thought cheating was cool. I thought being in a relationship and smashing a whole bunch of women was cool. I didn't care about feelings. From the women that I was doing it to and my baby mama, I didn't care about feelings. I didn't care about nobody. I didn't even care about myself because I was doing that. You know, it take a real man to hold it down. It take a real man to hold it down for him and his family. Because anybody could go out here and cheat. Anybody can go out here and lie. But to keep it a bean, not go mess up your relationship for another woman, it takes a real man. I didn't know what being a real man was. I was a little boy. And it took me a long time to start banking on myself. I'm telling y'all, it's not hard, bro. You have to start changing your mindset. You have to do it right now. This ain't something that's like, oh, I'm going to do it tomorrow. Oh, next week. Oh, 2 weeks from now, I'm going to change. No, you already losing. You have to change right now. It's the best time to do it. It's right now. Understanding yourself shouldn't be on pause mode. Understanding who you are as a person should never be on pause. And don't do it for nobody else. You have to do it for yourself. Can't nobody else, listen to me when I say this, can't nobody else do for you like you can do for yourself. Could nobody make me stop cheating? Could nobody make me stop doing the dope? Could nobody make me stop being shy at a young age? I had to do that all myself. People could talk to you. You gotta do this. You gotta do this. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. That's not gonna work. For some people it will, but for most it's not. Because if they don't want to change, then why would they listen to you? I understand while I make these videos, a lot of people, it's gonna go in one and out the other, just like it did when we was kids. Until you got old enough and more mature about yourself, and you started to understand a little bit more, that's when we started listening to our parents. For real. And I know that a lot of people who might hear this, it'll go in one and out the other, because it's not money, cars, clothes, hoes, and drama. This is real life right here. And a lot of people don't know how to take real life. A lot of y'all love to hear lies, but you hate to hear the truth. Start banking on yourself, man, before it's too late. Because once it's too late, ain't no coming back from it. But look, man, we only ask for 3 things, man. We only ask for 3 things, man. Like I told y'all, man, this is serious to me. Once I started asking for guidance, knowledge, and wisdom, my life changed. Because it changed me. But look, man, we only ask for 3 things, man. Guidance, knowledge, and wisdom. And if it ain't that, man, I already know what time it is with me over here. Till next time. Whoa, now. Bank on yourself, man. Because ain't nobody else gonna bank on it for you.